And the best way is to show them what their monthly bill costs for a 3,600 square foot house. Because now you didn't upgrade it from a 1,000 square foot apartment to a 2,800 square foot house. Your utility bill used to be $100 a month. Now you got two central air units, and your light bill is on one, and now your light bill monthly bill is $487.
Okay.
You ain't playing
So,
for that. You see
Brandi,
what I'm saying?
yeah, Brandi done said it best. So, in today's video, what we're gonna be talking about is what can $1,400 get you a month? What can $2,000 get you a month? And what does it mean to be house poor in Dallas, Texas? So, if you are interested in all this information, make sure you stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. We're gonna get to it right now. What is going on, everybody? My name is Dre, and I am here with the Making Moves group in Dallas, Texas. I got my business partner Brandi. She is the realtor. I just do all the video stuff. Anyways, we're not gonna bore y'all with all the fun stuff. If you are looking to make moves to the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell icon next to it to be the first to know when we upload a new video. And listen, people just like you contact us each and every day trying to make moves. We like making moves, and we want to help y'all make moves too. So if you're one of those people, definitely got to give us a call, shoot us a text, or simply send us an email. We got your back when moving to Dallas, Texas. Without further ado, we're going to get straight to it.
What can you afford? Knowing what you can afford, because I think somebody wanted us to make a video again talking about house poor, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Right. And so when we say, Dre, you tell us when they said for us to make another video about being house poor, because I think we may have mentioned being house poor in one of our videos.
Well, house broke.
What does being house poor mean to you?
I feel
What
like
does that mean to you?
I'm gonna
get excited. Get excited.
So because Brandi, she the one that be spitting all the knowledge, and I be having to put the camera, the screen on her like this. But now it's my turn. I'm spitting the knowledge. So look at this.
Put it on you. Put it on you.
It's on me. It's on me.
Boom.
Okay. So y'all, it's time to get serious. Being house poor.
Okay.
Being house poor means you spending your every last dime trying to get in this house.
Zoom in, Dre. Zoom in.
Zoom in.
Zoom in.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, because you said time to get serious. I like when you said that.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's time to get serious on y'all real quick. So we're talking about being house poor. Yep. Being house poor is spending your every last dime trying to get into this house, okay? You know, you're supposed to be saving money. When you buy this house, you're supposed to have money in the bank account. Some of y'all not doing that. Y'all just buying this house and y'all ain't got nothing saved up. Y'all ain't got 6 months. I think it's 3 to 6 months, whatever. 6 months worth of expenses in your savings account. Y'all not doing that. Y'all said I got $10,000 in the bank, and that's exactly what I'm gonna use to buy my house. And I know some of y'all try to keep up with the Joneses, and y'all want to make sure that y'all on the right track of everybody else, and y'all want to do it for clout, but don't do it for clout. You got to do what's best for you at the end of the day, okay? That's what being house broke means to me. What does it mean to you, Brandi?
That was good, Dre. So I'm going to piggyback on you and just break down numbers of being house poor, right? So the bank is most definitely going to tell you the max amount that you can afford. If you don't tell them how much of a loan you want, they're going to tell you the max that you can afford based off of the information you gave them. So if your income is this and your debt is this, and they say, okay, based off of this information, the max you can afford is $400,000. That does not mean you need to go max out that amount, because guess what? The bank does not count your utilities. The bank does not count if your mama gets sick up north for you sending her money every month. Bank does not count that. The bank does not count your miscellaneous. You like to get your hair, your nails, you like to go out to eat every so often. The bank does not count that. The bank does not count your kids being in basketball, softball, and soccer. The bank does not count all that. So guess what? If you're not budgeting your money to the dime, then you spending that $400,000 maxing out your salary and income, and didn't incorporate all the miscellaneous things that add up monthly that the bank does not count. Okay, so the bank does not know what you got going on in your life. Even though they ask you 1,000 questions like the FBI, I promise you, they still don't know everything you got going on. So if y'all got some of y'all got the mistresses, y'all send that monthly amount to, you know what I mean, to make sure they good. I ain't putting y'all business out, but I know y'all doing it. So don't let the bank tell you what you can afford, because then that's going to make you house poor. House poor is spending every dime to put up to this house that you cannot afford. Truthfully, on paper you can afford it, but in reality you cannot afford it. Leave yourself a cushion so you can tithe, because guess what? The bank does not count. The bank does not count that 10% that you give to tithing. They don't count that. You see what I'm saying? So those are the things that you need to know within your budget. And then whatever is left minus your monthly saving amount, that's how much you can afford for your monthly mortgage. Don't let them people tell you what you can afford, or you're going to be house poor.
See, now a lot of people they're gonna be watching this video. They be like, "Why Dre making all these faces?" Okay, and the reason why I'm making these faces is because Brandi, she is spitting the truth, and I ain't got kids yet, and I can barely manage my household by myself, me by myself, and you talking about basketball, sports, all these activity, field trips, and I'm over here having a heart attack because I'm like, Jesus Christ, and who got
It's
money to be
a
who got money to be spending money on mistresses? Like,
lot. Look, we ain't gonna go there, but they be finding a way. Is what I'm gonna say. Okay.
okay,
Where you want to live, but what your pockets say you can live may not add up. So we're gonna tell you where your pockets say you can live, not where your desires say you can live.
okay, I feel you. I feel you because a lot of people they be coming to Dallas or they be moving here, and I was one of those people, and I was looking on Zillow, and then when it was time to get that mortgage application completed, man, I was heartbroken. So
Zillow set you up for failure.
yeah, I was like, "Oh, this house is beautiful." And then they tell you the average monthly payment, but sometimes that don't be right. And then you get your credit pulled by the mortgage
Not
lender.
sometimes. Not sometimes. That ain't never right, because
It
they
ain't
don't
never
put the
right.
taxes in there.
Yeah, and then you go talk to the mortgage lender, and they tell you, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that, and you like,
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was ready. Now I gotta wait a whole another year to buy a house in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
So we helping, we preparing people, huh?
That's the goal, cause y'all coming and sitting before us, and we appreciate y'all. We've been popping. We getting a lot of y'all where to live in Dallas, folks,
Yeah.
right? Y'all sit down, and I'm doing these consults, and the first thing I see, y'all, some of y'all done came with pre-approvals. Great job,
Okay. Okay.
and and then you show me the pre-approval, and you start looking at houses, and you're like, I like this one. And I say, well, how much you want to pay a month? And you like 1,300, 1,400 dollars. I said, oh honey, no. Then we don't be needing to look at the amount of your pre-approval. We need to look $50,000 cheaper. So don't let the bank send you off. Don't let the bank or the lender make you feel like you can afford way more than you want to afford. Not that you can, than what you want to afford.
Okay.
Because they be sending y'all off.
Why you sip the tea?
While I'm sipping I swear you my partner, because I was about to say that. While they be sitting, well, I'm gonna sip my tea, because they be sending these folks clean off. Oh, they can afford to pay $1,800 a month. They can afford to pay $2,000 a month. But then you like, well, I don't want to pay more than $1,400 a month. Okay, well, we need to have a conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are some things that people should look for? What are some things that people should look out for, or before they end up moving here? So they're saying that they're going
So,
to pay $1,400 a month in a mortgage payment, which is
mhm.
definitely possible in some instances. But what are some things that people should do to prepare for that?
I say the first thing, and I'm not even trying to be funny. You're gonna think I'm trying to be funny, and I swear to you, I'm not. I put my tea down. Swear to God. So I think one of the things you should prepare is prepare your mind,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because what we want and what we can afford don't always align. And you have to be realistic, because sometimes what you want, and then when you get there and you realize you can't afford it, it discourages you from the entire process. So you need to have your mind ready. Prepare your mind for all kinds of things. Prepare your mind that wherever you're moving from is different from where you're moving to, right? Preparing your mind for the cost factor, preparing your mind for the culture factor, preparing your mind for the weather factor, preparing your mind for all the driving and the distance factor, preparing your mind for even the layout of the homes are different. Like up north we build up, in the south they build out. So
That's a good one.
that's different. Like in the north the houses are skinnier, but you got 2, 3, 4 stories. Our duplexes are up. Like, even you're gonna have somebody on the bottom flat, we call them flats, whereas here they call them duplexes and side by sides. So we build out in the south. Up north they build up. So I'm having people trying to explain it ain't no basement, and they're like, why? Because it ain't. It don't matter. It don't matter why it ain't. There are no basements.
No.
And some people just can't grasp that reality in itself. So number one thing, I don't want to talk too much, is to prepare your mind.
Okay.
Prepare your mind for your move.
Prepare your mind for your move. Okay. So this video is about how much can your money get you here. Okay. So from
Okay.
your experience, Brandi, because I'm just gonna make this clear. Okay. I had my
Mhm.
real estate license for about 2 years. I ain't got it more. Brandi,
Okay.
she's a real estate expert. Okay, I just do all the marketing stuff. Okay, so if it
He's a
seems
person.
like this is why we business partners for a reason. Okay, so
And I do want to tell people, because first off, it's cold outside. We're not going to do a lot of videos where we're talking like this and we're giving you this information. We are more on the scene type people. So we do go to these different communities and we show you. We're not just talking to you, we're showing you. But it's cold right now, okay? So we ain't out there showing y'all nothing because it's like 29 degrees. So for one, that's the first thing, okay? And for two, me and Dre, because people always expect to see Dre when they reach out, and then we have our consult or we show up and show them houses. Dre is the genius behind the scenes. Okay, so don't be sad and disappointed when y'all get me. I know I done disappointed a few of y'all because y'all said
I'm
it.
sorry, y'all.
Like, we were hoping for Dre, and I'm
Look,
like,
I'll be leading y'all. I'll be leading y'all astray. When y'all buy y'all house, y'all gonna be mad with me.
they be so no, they don't be mad with you though. They be mad with me. Like, where's Dre? Like, I didn't make him not come, y'all. And somebody even said to me yesterday, "Oh, so you do the real estate and Dre?" And oh, I thought it was vice versa. And I'm like, oh, okay, nope. So Dre is the genius behind the camera. Okay,
But Brandi,
okay.
like I
So
was
go
saying,
ahead.
y'all, Brandi, she's the
Yeah.
expert behind everything. So she's a genuine person, and she's not gonna lead you astray. She want you to make the right decision for you. So she's really the one out here in these streets and helping y'all get to the finish line.
Mm-hmm.
$1,400, like what would that look like for somebody looking to move here?
So $1,400 is attainable, like a total monthly mortgage escrow for a total of $1,400. That is attainable. However, like I said to a person just this morning, that's not a suburb living. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. That is not number 8 in schools. That is not I don't want to say a low crime factor. I'm not going to say that, but you have to again prepare your mind. So $1,400 per month, including everything, will probably be $150,000 house. It are there houses, brand new houses, even for some of them totally renovated for $150,000. There are, but you do have to understand that that may be in a more urban area. That may be in an area that you see folks walking up and down your street pretty often. Like, and I'm being as real as I can be. So you have to again prepare your mind. You can say, well, do I want to pay a little bit more to get out of this type of environment? Or am I okay with paying this for right now until I start making more money where I can afford more? Okay. So that's preparing your mind. So $1,400 a month total is about $150,000 house.
Okay.
Okay. $150,000 house in the DFW is probably lower than our median even the low areas. Our median price is about 250. So 250 is about the average for a decent house. So always remember, anytime you go under 250, it's kind of, you going to have to, you know, prepare your mind for some different areas. Okay.
Okay. So, what about since you said the median price of a home is about $250,000 in Dallas, what would that look like for
In
some
Fort Worth. I'm sorry. In
Fort
Fort
Worth?
Worth. In Fort
Okay.
Worth.
Yeah,
Yes.
'cause Dallas.
In Dallas, it's about 300.
Yeah, because that's
So
a little.
Dallas is a little bit more expensive.
Honestly, I think for me, and this might be biased, but just after doing vlogs like all around the Metroplex, for me, I feel like you get the most bang for your buck in Fort Worth, Texas. Um, I just feel like Dallas for a $250,000 house or $350,000 house, like the square footage is in there, like that neighborhood factor, like how Brandi was talking about, like it just doesn't look suburban and for $300,000 in Dallas.
And
But
then, and like you just said, you know, that's your bias. Because I have literally had people reach out from the Where to Live in Dallas channel, and they're moving from areas that are non-diverse, that are very suburban, and they don't want that. They don't mind living in a more urban area where their kids are comfortable. It's not even necessarily the safety. They want to be in areas where people look like them. So suburban is not really what they're looking to do. They still want safety. They still want nice homes, but they're like, yeah, I don't have a school that's a 10 because I want my kids to be comfortable. I don't want my child to be the only black kid in his school. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So it depends on what your purpose is. What is your purpose for moving? Not mine, not Dre's. What is your purpose? What is it that you as an individual are looking for? And we gonna find what you looking for without our bias, right? Do I think that it's proven? It's not an opinion. Fort Worth is cheaper than Dallas. It's not. It's not my bias. It's not my proven. You know, it's an actual proof and study that shows Tarrant County is cheaper than Dallas County. It just is what it is. Now, can you find some reasonably priced homes in the Dallas area? You can. You can. But it's cheaper on the Fort Worth side. It just is what it is.
and then $250,000, like what would that look like?
So 250,000 puts you at about 1,800, 1,900, like between 18 and 2,000 a month.
18,000. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
do. So I have Realtor.com pulled up for Fort Worth, Texas, and we'll just scroll through
Mm-hmm.
and we'll just see um, just the outside of the house, and that can kind of I feel like that would tell you a lot about the character of the house. So
Definitely.
I mean, I ain't pulling up to these areas because this outside of this house look kind of scary for me. But let me see.
Well, listen, y'all, I pull up. I pull up. I ain't
Okay,
strapped yet, but I'm working on it. So I pull up. I ain't afraid.
all right.
If
So
y'all send me there with pre-approval for 200,000, I'll pull up for y'all.
okay, let me just enlarge real quick. Okay, so this is what you're gonna get in Fort Worth, Texas. Okay, so this is Fort Worth, Texas. This is okay. So
Oh Lord.
you see that $170,000 one? So that's
Mm-hmm.
$170,000. Okay, and then you said this $247,000 one. That's gonna be around how much? That's a median price of a home. So that's gonna be around how much a month? Like almost $2,000 a month.
How much was the house? 270. 270 was the house.
No, 170 is gonna be on the left.
Yeah, 270 or 170 is gonna put you at about 1,400, 1,500.
And then 240, 250.
270,
Mm-hmm.
250 gonna put you at about 1,800, 1,900.
And then what about 330?
330 is gonna put you at about 25, 2,600.
25, 2,600. Oh man. See, that's where I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
right there, right in that 330 price range.
Mm-hmm.
Right now I'm in that.
And honestly, not even kidding. Like, because I reached out to my lender the other day because I want to upgrade. And I asked, how much do I need to make in order to get a $500,000 loan approval? And he said, well, 130,000 a year, as long as your debt is low, you should be able to get approved for 500,000.
Jesus Christ.
So if you make about 140,000 a year, you can get 500,000. So that's two of y'all. If two of y'all make 75,000 each, you can get that $500,000 house. Your mortgage gonna be about $4,000 a month, but that's, are you willing to pay $3,500, $4,000 a month?
Oh, not me. Mm-mm. It just depends on like what the financial situation is, honestly, at that time. So I think that's like a for me. I'm like almost 30. You feel me? Okay, Brandi,
Yeah.
don't be trying to play me like I'm young.
You are young. 30 is not bad, but younger people, y'all are buying houses. Like my youngest client was 24. She was a Where to Live in Dallas recipient. I'll say a recipient. Huh? She moved from Connecticut. We sold her a house a few years last year maybe, and she was 24 when she purchased her first house. Her house was a $200,000 house. She got approved for maybe 220, I believe. She's a single girl, African American, and she was looking for a condo, a townhouse, or a single family. But again, her mindset was open. She knew that it was an investment. She knew that this is not her final house. This is something for right now that more than likely in a few years she'll use it as a rental property. And sure enough, I'm not kidding. As soon as she moved here, she bought the house, moved here. Not even a month later, she got a job making probably the most she's ever made. She went from maybe making 50,000, which got her to 200,000 approval. Now she makes about 80,000.
Oh wow.
And that was as soon as she got here. Like literally within a month of getting here, she found a different job that paid her $80,000. So it happens. And she's before she just turned 25. And that's the youngest that I've had. Right now, we got another one that's about 26. So y'all, young people are buying houses. 25 is that magic number, you know? Why you laugh?
You know I'm laughing.
Yeah, that's it. That's probably the great. I mean, of course, if you different different strokes, different folks. You got other stuff going on. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that's where you have to have it by that
Yeah.
time frame. No, but the point of what I was saying is that young people are buying homes. Like young people are buying condos. Young people are buying townhouses. Young people are buying, even though they're single, no children, they're still buying homes because they understand the investment part of it. So don't get discouraged. If you say, well, I only can afford $1,400 a month, that doesn't mean you shouldn't buy a property. It's not your forever home. This is the time to buy that $1,400,000. I mean, that 1,400 a month house, because guess what? If the schools are crappy, you don't got no kids. Like, you know what I mean? It's better to start building that equity and investment now where you don't have to worry about what schools your kids are going to because you don't got no kids. And then in 5 years, you done built up all this equity. Now you can buy a different house where the school district's a great one. So don't let it discourage you.
Okay.
I feel like I'm preaching.